everyone, it's Tiny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. We're here with part 2 of the Discord Dreamsnap review for the Rock Show Dreamsnap challenge. The first half had some absolutely amazing submissions, and I'm so excited to get into this second half and see the wonderful creations the rest of you have come up with for this Dreamsnap challenge. But let's not waste any more time. Let's jump over to Discord to take a look at your submissions. So we are going to start off with a few submissions from Nolan, who does have quite a few accounts, so we'll have a look at all the different submissions for Nolan. This is the first one. This is like the main account. It's the first account, and I really like this. I like this backdrop. What I love is that it's a daylight shot. A lot of the shots we have been looking at in the first video tend to be more like sunset or nighttime shots, so it's really nice to see this vibrant day shot just as a bit of a contrast to some of the other ones we'd seen previously. I do like this setup that you have with the different characters, you know, Mike Wazowski on the microphone, you know, kind of feels really fitting. We have Oswald here, we've got Goofy, we've got Simba, and we've also got Sully. I love how you have like an audience in the background as well. I think that's super fun, very playful. Yeah, and I like how you've done the Stitch pyrotechnics with the Stitch popcorn buckets and the pyrotechnics just behind, making it look like Stitch is breathing fire. I think that's super fun. I also love how you've created your character. Very different, very unique. Definitely got those rock vibes going on. So yeah, really great effort on this one. Then we have account 2, which again, a very unique looking character. Love the black and white look and aesthetic. I think that's super fun. I love how you've created this stage area. Honestly, using that flooring that's got those little kind of like edging to it really makes it look like that's the stage. That was a brilliant pathing to use. Great choice there. I never thought of it myself when I did my video on like sort of ideas of what you could do without the Rock Show Star Path stuff, but that's a great path. I do love how you've got a bunch of characters here, like they are the performers, you know, Olaf, Stitch, Mike, Sully, the Forgotten, Beast, Eve, and Wally. You also, again, in this shot have an audience, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I love the backdrop of the signs in the background and sort of the glowing light between them. And I do love that you've also captured a Mickey cloud, because we all know I am a big Mickey Cloud fan. And then we have your third account. Again, I really like this. I don't know how you do it. You manage all 3 of these accounts. I feel like I'm falling so far behind on my second account. I couldn't imagine having 3 accounts. But again, I really like this. We've got Wally, we've got Beast, we've got Sully, and we also have Mike. Mike being on the microphone just is another brilliant little detail. I love the different elements you have in this shot with the blimps and the signs and the lights and everything like that. And what luck that you've been able to do it where you've got your moonstone chest. I think that's quite funny. A great choice of companions. I think they work very well in this setting, and another bright, vibrant shot as well. So brilliant job. Your snaps are always good each week, but yeah, this is fantastic. So great job. Next up, we have a submission from Madame Bernet, and I really like this. I think this is super fun. I love how you've created like a Mickey head with the dance floor. Like, these are obviously meant to be the ears, I think, and then this is the face, or at least that's what I'm assuming. I'm hoping I'm correct there, but that's the kind of setup that I see here for this Mickey, hidden Mickey that you put in. That's what I would say. But yeah, I love this. I think it's super fun. It really sort of creates the spotlight and a showcase on you, especially being sort of in this dance floor. We've got the pyrotechnics at the front, we've got the blimp in the background, and all the water fountains and everything like that. So fantastic effort with this one. Definitely looks like your character's ready to perform, which I think is another fantastic detail as well. Next up, we have a couple of submissions from Amy. I really love the angle of this. I think it's so fantastic. I love that the sort of stage goes in almost like this L shape. I think that just looks absolutely fantastic. It's nice to see kind of like an angled photo. Obviously, a lot of the photos we do see tend to be quite straight on because that's what makes the most sense, but visually I think it's very appealing to see something that's a little bit more dynamic, a bit different. So I think this is fantastic. I love that you've got the guitar there, you've got the chair, like as if, you know, there might be performances during the rock show where sort of things quieten down, where there's a bit of just like an acoustic kind of melody and song performance. I think that's fantastic. The lighting here is absolutely phenomenal. I think it looks very, very impressive. And there is a cute little Mickey cloud in the background there. I love the outfit. I love the makeup. All the attention to detail to your character is absolutely wonderful. And then we have your other account here, and I think this is super fun. I love how you've used kind of like the sort of, I don't want to say mannequins, but like the plushies, you know, the objects to be your band. So we've got like Coconut LeFou, we have the Mickey mannequin, we've even got a little frog over here. We have the Oswald like clocks, we've got the plushies here, you know, the constructed Mike plushie, this beast item here as well, so I love that. I love that we've got all the guitars here lined up, you know, we've got the drums and everything like that. And I love how you've done the stage here. You know, we've got these rugs, we've got the dance floor, and then it looks like we've got another sort of pathing behind as well. Just very dynamic. I love how you've done this back section of lighting with the water fountain. I think that looks fantastic as well. So brilliant job. I love how your character looks, very performative. So fantastic effort on this snap. Next up, we have a submission from Weasley as our king, and this is fantastic. I love this. Oh my gosh, that giant Mickey cloud is everything. I love how your character looks. I'm not entirely sure which one of the poses is this. Perhaps going into the shovel pose or something like that, but looking very expressive, very performative and things like that, almost like she's mid singing. I love that we've got like the dance floor surrounding, so it's like these people, you know, the characters Eve, you know, Mickey, Oswald and Mike and everything like that are watching you perform. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. I love how colourful this shot is with all the orbs, all the balloons, the different colours of the water fountains, and then these orb lights in the background. Just looks absolutely phenomenal. This is incredible. And then we do have all the music gear stuff as well, you know, none of that is missing. You know, we got the drum kits and everything like that. This is an absolutely fantastic submission. I think you've done incredibly well with this. This is very, very eye-catching. Next up, we have a submission from SayHiJoel, and I really, really like this. I love the double stage. Honestly, I think that's such a cool idea. I don't know why I never considered it, but it's a really good way of almost creating like a symmetry and a balance, because it's very hard to do with the like just the singular stage, especially because like it's hard to kind of get that symmetry, because I feel like for instance, if you put the fences on there, you know, you can't, there's always a center bit that's slightly off and stuff like that. So this is lovely to see. I love how you've done the Mickey lights here to kind of create like almost like a border to the stage. We've got all the musical instruments, we've got the dance floor here. Yeah, I think this is a fantastic effort. Next up, we have my main account submission. I'm not 100% sold on this. I feel like, do you know what it is? I come into Discord, I see all your amazing submissions each week, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, mine isn't Mine isn't there. Mine isn't comparable. But yeah, I wanted to get a couple of the characters in the valley who play instruments. I was hoping to capture them all playing instruments, but getting Eric, Kristoff, and Stitch to all play their instruments at the same time, whilst also being in like the visible viewpoint of the camera, was just, it was too difficult. It was too difficult. So, as it stands, we have me performing, we have Stitch and Kristoff on their guitars, and Eric just, you know, doing Eric things, to be honest. I did create like a little stage setup. This bottom row of lights here from the dance floor is meant to be sort of the dance floor where people would watch the show. You know, we've got a bit of a stage backdrop. We've got some lights and electricity items and stuff like that. And then I had to use these dragon incense burners to try and keep everyone trapped. I was originally going to use the Mickey lights, but when I put the filter on that's on at the moment, it made the shot too blinding. It created a weird haze on the camera, so I got rid of all of those and replaced them with the dragon incense burners, just so it wasn't so much illumination that it kind of gave it a weird glow. So although I don't think the incense burners are necessarily as fitting for the rock show as what they use in the Mickey lights would have been or something like that, they were a better alternative for balancing the visuals of the snap without the light being too overpowering. But yeah, this is what we ended up with. We'll have to see how well it does, because compared to everyone else's in Discord, you guys are smashing it out the park. I need to be learning from you all. Next up, we have a submission from Fora, who's put trio black and white, and I absolutely adore this. I think this is fantastic. I love the black and white coordination and how you've decided to use Oswald and Mickey. The fact that you've caught like Oswald kind of like mid jump so you can really see him on the drums. He looks like he's playing and performing. I think that's so fun and fantastic. I love the green backdrop for that bit of contrast. And what I love is you've used this bumblestone fence, and then we also have these green orb lights. These green orb lights, when they're usually done in a row like this, I don't mind the orbs themselves, but I find the grey backdrop just to be a bit very bland and boring. I don't usually like to see it. But because you've put that bumblestone fence and also those water fountains behind, it breaks up the grey. It's not so much grey. It's not just a boring grey wall. We have colour, we have texture and dimension, you know. So in this case, this actually really works because it's not just a fully grey, boring backdrop. We have a lot of green colour here, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And it does provide a nice colour contrast to the black and white theming of this. I love the outfit. I love the appearance and everything like that. All the details come together very, very nicely. Next up, we have a submission from Lany Fay, and I love this. Honestly, I'm jealous of anyone who's got pyrotechnics in their snap because I could not get the timing for the life of me. Maybe I was just too ambitious with all my shots and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this looks absolutely fantastic. I love the kind of like setup here. So we have the two sort of like billboards, I guess you could call them, on either side, and then in the middle we've got the blimp, and then we've got the lighting, the water fountains and things like that. So it kind of very nicely creates this backdrop to the scene. I love how you've layered the I assume this is the yellow path that you get with the Rift in Time DLC, but it just provides that bit of sort of like color contrast between the stage and the floor underneath it, which I think is nice to see, because obviously usually I think from seeing other snaps a lot of the time it's just the stage kind of thing and then grey underneath or whatever it may be, but this provides that nice color contrast. At least I think it's a parting that's underneath. I could be wrong, but it does look like a parting. I'm now like wondering, I'm like, what if it's just like a beachy part? Is there a beachy part of the Rift in Time DLC that's yellow like this in such a big patch? I don't know. But either way, I love that kind of like color contrast there. I think it's really good. Your character looks amazing. Love the color choices with the hair. I think that's super fun to see. And yeah, just a brilliant job all round. Next up, we have a submission from Kira, and this is gorgeous. I love the colors in this shot. I think the colors are absolutely fantastic. I think it's such fun to see, like sort of the rainbow lights in the background, and then we've got this kind of color combination from the water fountain feature here. We have the stage. I think you've actually used 3 stages here, which is very interesting. A very nice long stage. I love this flooring that you've got with the stage flooring. Using these pixel items is another good little touch as well. I love the framing with the fencing here. It's very colourful, very rainbow, very bright, which I think is fantastic and very fun. I love the outfit your character has on. Definitely feels like that kind of rock show look and aesthetic, so I think that's fantastic. And yeah, I just love the colours of this. It's a very colourful photo, very colourful rock show, and I think it's very fun. Next up, we have a submission from Zara, and I really like this. I think this is a very cool backdrop, using these 2 like DJ booths together to kind of create a larger DJ booth. We have the 2 stage pieces here from like the Coco stage. We've got the stage that you got in the Star Path, and both of those have like setups for performances. You know, we've got drums, we've got guitars, we've got the microphones. I love how you've included little details like the energy drink cans, like as if they're the drinks that people have been having during the rock show. We've got lots of people here, presumably either for the performance or they are the performers. Not entirely sure which way round it is, but I love to see that. I think that looks fantastic. I love how your character looks. I love the red colours within this outfit. You know, the red socks, the red on the skirt, in the top, the added red in your hair. I think it all works together very, very nicely. I think this is a beautiful submission. Definitely has those vibes. Very eye-catching and bright, and I hope it does well when we get our results on Wednesday. Next up, we have a submission from Angel of Thursday, and I see that little Mickey cloud there. That looks awesome. I love it. It kind of like has like a weird foggy glow, I think, because of all the lighting and everything, but it looks great. So does the Hollywood Tower Hotel. Again, kind of got like almost like a foggy ghost-like aesthetic, which I think is very, very cool. I do like this bright blinding lamp and just kind of like the cobra heads emerging through that bright light. I think that's fantastically fun. I love that we've got Jack here. We've got Goofy, we've got Eric. In fact, we've got a lot of people dotted around, I see. I like how we've got the sparkles coming from the stage. Using these time-bending pieces, they really are a nice piece of decor. So I like to see them. I think they're nice framing pieces for the front of the shot. I think your character looks great. Really like how their face looks. Very performative, looks like they're mid-song, and that's what I kind of like about some of the villagers, like Jack, who looks like he's about to play on that keyboard and things like that. So it works together very, very nicely. This is a fantastic submission. Next up, we have a submission from Jessica, who's gone for kind of like a Halloween type inspired performance with a version of the Sanderson sisters singing I Put a Spell on You, which I think is very, very fun. It's nice to tie it into those Halloween vibes and aesthetics, keep it very Disney and stuff like that, but still a performance, still a show. I love how you've got the banner at the front of the shot and it kind of crops in as like framing, as if it's like banners of of the performance, like of the show, you know, and things like that, you know, all that little decor kind of aesthetic and appearance. I love that we've got, you know, things like the guitars, we've got like the DJ booth and everything like that. We've got the microphones in front of all three of the people, and then we've got those Halloween vibes with the pumpkins and everything like that. I think this is fun, and yeah, a great little setup. Next up, we have a submission from Nikki, and this is brilliant as well. I really like this. I love how your character looks. I love how bright and vibrant the shot is, how colourful it is. We've definitely got those stage vibes with, you know, all the electronic pieces like the guitars, the drums and stuff like that. I like how you've used the computers actually, like as if they're displays to showcase, you know, imagery during the show, during the performance. We've got a bit of framing here at the front with those water fountains. We've got a lot of sparkles as well, which is very cool to see. And brilliant job on the pyrotechnics as well, getting those to go off. The fireflies and the lanterns work together very nicely as well. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is a really good submission. Next up, we have a submission from Rainbow here, and this is gorgeous. This is really well like set up and framed. I'm actually really impressed with this because I was really struggling to get the kind of angle I wanted whilst being on the stage. Like when I tried to do this kind of angle, I just couldn't do it. So I'm very impressed, to be honest. I love that we can see Scrooge here, you know, Moana looking at the stage. We have Eve here. We do have Mulan to the side and Mike and things like that, Beast here. But I love how it looks like these characters are really here for this show and performance. We've got your character in the middle in front of the microphone. We got Stitch and he looks like he's kind of mid-performing, and then we've got Ariel and Mirabelle. I could imagine them as like backup singers or something like that. Definitely looks like a show. I love how it looks like you've got an audience, you know, we've even got the dance floor and everything. So I love that. I think it all works together very nicely. Brilliant sort of shot. Great quality and detail. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is a really good submission. Next up, we have a submission from Mike, and his piece showcasing the Mikes, which I think is super fun. I love that Mike's got their character, and then we've also got Mike Wazowski. You know, it makes sense, the Mikes, you know, it works. But I absolutely love this. I love the projector screen in the background. We've also got the two billboards. I love how you frame the shot with the curtains as well. I think that's super fantastic, very fun. I love how colourful the shot is, you know, with all those balloons and the blimp in the background. This definitely looks like a fun performance that I would want to see. I love the framing at the front with like the candles, and then also just the tops of these time bending pieces you can get. I think that's fantastic. I love this backwards kind of like view of your character. I think that's really fun, really cool to see, you know, a different kind of angle than what we typically are seeing. I love how your character looks, very cool. I love the pink in the hair. I think that's super fun. Actually, there's like nice bits of pink and blue coordination here. So we've got like the blue gloves which coordinate nicely with this jacket, and obviously the shoes with the blue detailing, but then we've got like the pink on the shoes and the pink in the jacket and the pink in the hair. It's very nice and it coordinates very nicely. Definitely has that rock show appearance. Obviously Mike is pretty fit in here. I love that he's got like the shorter microphone as well. I think that's super fun. And obviously we've got all the typical rock show items, you know, the drums, guitars and things like that. So fantastic job on this snap. This is going to rank very highly. Next up, we have a submission from the Rebel 84 Mike, and I think this is really, really fun. Again, another Hocus Pocus inspired performance snap. I really, really love it. I love how you've included Jack here as Billy. Definitely gives us some spooky Halloween vibes. I definitely felt this year was lacking in Halloween dream snaps. You know, we haven't really had any as far as I'm concerned, apart from the current theme we've got on, which is like pumpkin royalty. I think that's the closest we've got to the Halloween theme in so far this year. I really don't think the kind of critter one felt Halloweeny. So yeah, I was a bit gutted about the lack of Halloween snaps, but after the outcry last year, I'm not surprised that they haven't really done a lot of Halloween focus. You know, when people complain about Halloween, Gameloft, listen, they're gonna take it away. they took it away from us. I'm just joking, but like in all seriousness, I love the kind of like Halloween aesthetic you've gone for here. I love the performance kind of setup with all the items. Obviously, you got the mannequins, we've got the keyboards, the guitars, all the like speakers and things like that. I love the touch of the floating candles just to lend into that Hocus Pocus magic kind of vibe. Again, with those giant sort of like spell potion kind of bottles in the backdrop too. Yeah, I think this is really fun. I think it's a great submission, very, very creative. I hope it's not risky, because I did see that you said about it being slightly risky. Hopefully it's not too risky, and I really hope that this does well for you. Next up, we have a submission from AquaHex, and I really, really like this submission. Very simple, you know, not overly in your face with lights or anything like that. It's just the stage, your characters, and all the musical items and things like that. We do have some lighting effects here with the stage lights, so you know, it is still got those rock show vibes. But we don't need that kind of like blinding light backdrop, which I think is cool. I love how you've put these two stages either side with kind of like the curtains. I just think that's some cool like framing there. We've got the guitar, we've got the keyboard, we've got the drums here. We've got our performers in Jack and Elsa, Minnie and Oswald, and of course yourself here. I love your outfit choice that you've gone with. Definitely fits those rock and roll vibes. I think this is a brilliant submission. You know, it doesn't need everything thrown in your face. It's literally about the performance, about the stage, about the show, and I think it's fun. I think it's really good, and I hope it does very well. Next up, we have a submission from Cole, and I love how your character looks. I love the outfit that you've put together, you know, even adding on that bit of makeup and stuff like that was a very nice touch. I love that you've got all these pyrotechnics, the like flame pieces going off. I literally give credit to anyone who's done that, because for me it was impossible. So credit to you there. I love that we've got the Coco stage in the background, but then we've also got the main stage here with the like drums and keyboard and things like that on display. You know, we've even got the fireworks items kind of to the side, which is brilliant. We've got the DJ booths here, we've got the blimps. We have some fireflies as well, which just sort of add into that, really add in that little extra sparkle and stuff like that. We've got the stage, not the stage flooring, the dance flooring where your character is and the microphone. And then we also have the fences here, which just add a nice little bit of framing to the photo at the front. They aren't taking up too much of the shot, so they just crop in and kind of like close off this photo very, very nicely. So brilliant job on this. Next up, we have a submission from PunchyLaro, and I really, really like this. I love how you've included these what's it called, organs, these organs here, and we've got the skulls coming off them. I think that really lends into the rock show vibes. Using the Maleficent throne is a brilliant touch as well, I think, personally, because I think it works really, really well with the projector screen behind it. It kind of adds that sort of focus. It's a really cool backdrop. Something I could definitely see at a rock show. I love that you've got the Forgotten in there. We've got a lot of instruments dotted around, you know, we've got the keyboards, we've got the guitars, we do have the drums and everything like that. I like the pumpkins at the front. I think they're super fun to see. I like the lighting in here, you know, we've got various spots of colour that's glowing, you know, we've got the green lights, we've got the purple and everything like that. So I think that goes together really nicely. I think this is a fantastic submission and I think it's going to do very well. Next up, we have LightSpark, who's done this submission. I love how we can see all the aliens watching the performance. I think that's very fun. You know, I love that we've got a big crowd of them. I think that was a great way of kind of like creating an audience for the rock show. We've got your character at the front, you know, we've got Ursula here, we have Elsa, we've got Remy, we've got all the guitars and everything like that, the drums, the keyboard, and then it's, I love how you've got these villagers that are kind of like trapped in, but they're like, it's like they're on a dance floor, like maybe they're side performers or something like that. Either way, I think it's very, very fun to see, and I hope this does well for you. And then next up we have a submission from RoMaran, and I really, really like this. I love Jack at the front of the screen, you know, especially in that position. I'm trying to think what it was called, but yeah, sort of doing that animation. I really, really like that. I think that's super fun. I love how we pretty much have like sort of almost like a villainous look with this. I mean, I wouldn't call Jack a villain, I certainly wouldn't call Oswald a villain, but like we've got Scar here, we've got Gaston, you know, your character looks a bit edgier and stuff like that, which I think is fun, you know, kind of gives it this almost like villainous kind of vibe to it. I like the lighting with the Yzma like potion bottles, but also from the stage lights and the fencing. I think that's really fun. I actually just generally like this backdrop. I like the cherry blossoms, like the magnolia trees. I never would have thought to have paired them, but it adds quite a nice almost like softer backdrop and things like that, which I think is great. I think your character looks fantastic. I think this is actually going to do very, very well. I don't think you need to be worried about getting a good amount of moonstones with this snap. I think it looks great. I like the colours, I like the lighting. It definitely has those rock show vibes, especially how your character looks. I think she looks really cool. So I think overall this is a fantastic dream snap. Oh my god, of course I come back and everyone's here. We got like Moana, we got Mulan, we got Beast. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. Like Mulan's head just like cropping into Moana every so often. It's so funny. But yeah, that was it. That was the Discord submissions for the Rock Show Dreamsnap challenge. You all did amazingly. I love how every submission felt individual and unique, which I know was really hard given the sort of requirements of this challenge and everything like that. So I think you've all done absolutely fantastically. I hope you all get the results you deserve on Wednesday. Thank you everyone for sharing your submissions in Discord. I do appreciate it. If you want to be featured in a video like this, join the Discord. The link is in the description down below, and you can share your dream snaps in the Dream Snap challenge channel, and I will review it on a video like this one. But thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for anyone who likes and comments, and of course to my subscribers and my channel members. You were all so amazing. Thank you all so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!